Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of PTI here on ESPN 8 The Ocho. I am Dylan Goldman, along with my co-hosts Jack Buffa and Cole Perducci. We have a lively show for you today with a hot topic everyone is discussing these days, celebrity boxing. So, Cole, I want to start with you. You know, we've seen this trend here with the Paul brothers here in boxing. What do you think of that, and what do you think it means to the sport of boxing with these celebrity boxers?
I mean, I think it's amazing. I think these guys come in, they bring eyes, they bring way more eyes to the sport of boxing than people could ever imagine. I mean, Jake Paul and Ben Askren got 4 million buys. People like Canelo can't even get it. He's the best boxer in the world right now. I mean, these guys, they just come in, they bring eyes to the boxing sport, and professional boxers should like this. It gives them the opportunity to, one, make more money if they were to box the Pauls, and two, to have more opportunities to box.
Jack?
I would have to completely disagree. I do not think that boxing is good. Celebrity boxing is good for the sport of boxing. I mean, I don't think Logan Paul, who is 0-1 in his professional career, and the one person he lost to is a YouTuber, should be stepping in the ring with the best boxer of our generation. There's just so many other guys that could have got the same amount of sales as Logan Paul, who actually deserve this opportunity, who have put as much. I know Logan Paul works. He works out now, but there's guys who have been doing this for 20 years, 15 years, who have dedicated their whole life to this, that deserve these opportunities way more. And yes, everyone always says, oh, they're bringing more eyes to the sport of boxing. No, they're not. They're bringing eyes to their pay-per-view events. The pay-per-view events that celebrities aren't on, they're not getting more buys. No one cares about those. People just want to see celebrities get beat up. And this is just a profit for these celebrities.
I just have to totally disagree. I mean, these guys, they go in, they train months and years. I mean, Jake Paul and Logan Paul, they basically stopped doing YouTube. Their whole life is about boxing. And not only them, the TikTokers, the YouTubers, they're also bringing more eyes. I mean, if you can't see that more people are watching the sport of boxing because of these guys, then you don't know what you're talking about. I mean, you go in and you see, I don't think anyone want to see Floyd Mayweather versus a random guy. I mean, people want to see Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul for the possible outpick that Logan Paul gets knocked out. The cocky YouTuber gets knocked out on the floor. That's entertaining. Not some random boxer and Floyd Mayweather boxing. People want to see famous people get knocked out. That's what boxing should be about.
I just, again, they're just bringing eyes to themselves. I think Floyd Mayweather could have had a way better opponent, such as maybe another Conor McGregor fight. That would have got the same amount of buys. Maybe him against Canelo again. Canelo's finally at his prime. He lost to Floyd Mayweather earlier in his career. There's so many other matchups that could have happened. And yes, they could have their events, blah, blah, blah. I do not think that these celebrities should be stepping in the ring with these GOATs. I mean, that is an honor. Like, something that you really have to deserve, to be able to step in the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather. And the fight's like, come on. It was 8 rounds of hugging each other. We want to see people boxing. We want to see people who have nurtured the sport, move the right way, everything. This is just not the right move. I get it's bringing these celebrities a lot of money, but it's not bringing anyone else money.
Now, Cole, let me ask you real quick. Do you think this is something, you mentioned, all these eyes coming to the sport. Do you think this is something that's long-term, or do you think this is just a short-term, like, oh, let's just get all these views?
I think it's long-term. I don't think Logan Paul, Jake Paul, the TikToker, YouTube guys are going anywhere. I mean, they have millions of subscribers, millions of followers. Those people just don't go away. I mean, you have people that watch them every single day. You want to watch them play. You want to watch them fight. No other person in this world right now, except for Logan Paul, would bring Floyd Mayweather $100 million in pay-per-view buys. Not one single person.
Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor is a UFC fighter, not a boxer, so that's also celebrity boxing. But thank you.
He's been fighting his whole life, though. He's been
in
training for years and years and years.
In the UFC.
He was actually a professional boxer before UFC fighter.
But he's a UFC fighter.
He was the top boxer in Ireland.
But he's a UFC fighter.
Okay, that doesn't
Logan
matter.
Paul,
the UFC fighters fight in other things, too. They're not just MMA fighters. Conor McGregor was the #1 ranked boxer in Ireland.
He obviously didn't translate it as well as to the boxing match. I mean, Logan Paul lasted against Floyd Mayweather. Conor McGregor did not.
Because they did the real amount of rounds.
As much as I'd love for this to keep going, this has been an absolutely fascinating debate we have here. Unfortunately, we are out of time here. For Jack Buffa, for Cole Perducci, this has been a fantastic episode of PTI. I'm Dylan Goldman, signing off.